Elder Brother Blacklight, your motivator. Now see, I know how it was when my mother and my uncle was in the nation. My grandmother was in the nation. And later on, when I was old enough to really understand what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was saying, I got in the nation, but it was too late because he had already made his transition. And by that time, Wallace and them had chopped it up. And then when Minister Farrakhan got back in it, I tried it again. It just wasn't, the vibe wasn't right, man. It started out cool. I ain't gonna lie about that. It started out Mr. Farrakhan being fiery, but when I joined Mosque number 1, but you see, before that, I was with Supreme Minister John Muhammad before I got with Mosque number 1. And when I got with Mosque number 1, it was in the early 90s. Well, actually, it was, I got with John Muhammad, not John, John, but Jam, Jam, like jam, but pronouncing John Muhammad, one of Elijah's brothers. Before, this was in the 80s, 87. And my uncle was still living. And he ran the whole, thing up under me. And he didn't hang up at the mosque no more. A whole lot of brothers, fell away from the mosque, the temple, and whatever. And then I got with Supreme Minister John Muhammad. Then I went over to when they had the Million Man March. I thought Minister Farrakhan was ready to really explode on the scene. And then after the Million Man March, didn't nothing happen. So I got back with Supreme Minister John Muhammad because I peeped the brothers in Mosque number 1, I seen cliques, man. They had cliques in the mosque, man. They had Brother Dawood, Minister Dawood running it. Then we had tornadoes here in Detroit, and my house got hit. And I went up to get some of the brothers to help me out. And I didn't really ask for help. I just told them what had happened. I thought maybe, I'm the type of dude, man, I don't know, man. I don't ask for no help. I do things myself. If a brother don't offer his help, but some of Wallace D followers offered my help because, I had a rooming house, and I had the FOI up in there, and I had the Wallace D Muhammad's up in there. I had all of them up in there. And I wasn't, really down with none of them at that time. But I started gradually going over to the Supreme Minister. And I started getting inside information. And then I found out for myself after I joined Mosque Number 1. I seen them, they said they had a farm, but they would bring some produce up at the Mosque Number 1 over there in Wyoming. Now I know some of y'all brothers gonna be upset, foaming all at the mouth, man. But you know, when it come down to us winning this war, we got to be real. It ain't no y'all don't want no dummies, man. You know, in the ranks, ain't no dummies. At least I ain't. You know, and I was over at the radio station. I had influence over the owner. The owner respected me just because I was there for a while. And he seen the supreme wisdom of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad working. I was bringing brothers together. I was bringing the Garveyites together. I had the Moors over there. And then all of a sudden, things started falling apart. Because you know, like they say, brothers do get jealous or something, man. We got this jealousy factor in us. I never was brought up that way. If I see a brother doing good, I'll be up there right on, brother, more power to you. You know, I always was like that. I was brought up like that. But I noticed that brothers start, you know, getting jealous of brothers. And brothers started talking about brothers that don't do so good as them. You know, if a brother ain't balling like you, then you gonna talk about him? You know? Brothers is crazy, man. We ain't gonna never win the war like that. You know? So now you got splinter groups, sects really, in the Nation of Islam. There never was supposed to be sects, man. People ain't stupid. They see this. Y'all talk one thing and do another.
You are just pretending to be conscious and using your platform to cause more division. And to those of you who just heard of the name Dr. Sebi from our brother Nipsey Hussle, it is a beautiful thing that you are learning more and more about our pioneers and elders and ancestors who are doing the work. So take notes. Now let us clarify the statement that our brother Dr. Sebi made as it pertains to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I will not be speaking in regards to Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, nor Oprah Winfrey. Their record speaks for itself. Number one, Dr. Sebi made a statement in a generalized format, meaning he gave a list of names and then he said they are not interested in the healing of black people. Okay, well let us see what the facts are. As far as Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, and Oprah Winfrey are concerned, that statement might be true. However, as it pertains to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and him caring for the health and healing of the people, number one, Nation of Islam, we are taught to eat 1 meal a day. Number two, we are taught to fast for 3 days out of each month. Number three, we have a book titled How to Eat to Live, book 1 and 2 by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Number four, we have our own independent farms called Muhammad's Farms, where we grow our own food and we produce this food and we sell this food. Just to the people of the Nation of Islam, Reza? Just them? Just the nation? No, to the public, our people. Reza, how long has the Nation of Islam been producing?
Now, that's not a fact. That's not a fact, brother. I remember when the Nation of Islam had grocery stores, you know, and with door-to-door selling fish. Why ain't y'all doing that with the produce or the farm goods here in Detroit? You know, I seen the brothers go up to Randazzo. You know, now y'all might be doing that in Chicago, but not here in Detroit. So this is the way I look at things, man, young brother. If we unite all of the nation together as much as possible and start trading amongst each other, you know, and start doing some of the things that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad left on the drawing board, like a black hospital, because that's how they killing us, man. When we go into the white man's hospital, they take samples of our blood, learn how to kill us, you know. They sell our body parts because they know we the original man. And we got superior everything than them. If Minister Farrakhan would have had the black hospital running when he got sick, then he might, you know, he might wouldn't have to, we don't know if he compromised. I don't know if he compromised his position, but he had to find, you know, somewhere where he know the enemy won't take him out. He said Howard University. Dr. Rizzo had a different healing method than the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But we're going to talk about this on the next one. This is Black Light.